can I say about that shower of fucking shite? Welcome back to E20 Zone fucking TV. The place to be for fucking, like, to get fucked. To get absolutely fucked. If you want to see West Ham get absolutely fucking annihilated, watch this channel. It's fucking great. Do you know what I'm saying? Graham Potter, you woke fucking wanker. Yes, I am calling you that because that's what you are. You are a wokey fucking prick who doesn't know what the fuck is going on in front of his eyes. No, he just doesn't. He just doesn't. And the anger in me is brewing. Fucking brewing to a point. To lose a game is one thing. Yeah, we all lose games. To lose like that is borderline embarrassing. And I swear to God, I swear, as God strikes me fucking down in the name of fucking Jesus, right? If I hear anyone saying, well, if Souček doesn't get sent off, we've got a chance in the game. Yeah? If I hear that excuse tonight, I'm going to lose me fucking shit. Because he should have changed it at half time. It's pathetic. It's bad. We've got a problem. And I think we might have fucked up with appointing Graham Potter. I really do. I've got nothing to say about this fucking woke cunt tonight. I haven't. And I really haven't. So I'm just going to let people come in, have their say, right? I'm going to bring two people in at the back end and we'll go through that. You fucking let us down tonight, Potter. Do you know what I mean? Fucking wanker, mate. Right, I'll quickly get Oliver in. Oliver, you got 3 minutes, son. Say what you want. Go on.
Right. Oh my God. What was that? Right. So today I came in. I've got my West Ham jammy bottoms on. I've got my West Ham shirt on. My West Ham hat on. Yeah. I've gone into this with positive mindset, thinking, right, he's not going to keep Ward-Prowse on for the full fucking 90 something fucking minutes. So I stopped watching it 3-0 or so.
Yeah, I know, mate.
But
I know.
he does. His team selection is awful. I've always been, as I've said, I'm a diehard West Ham fan. Everything about me is West Ham and Claret and Blue. But that was just awful. It takes a lot for me to be just disgusted in the way how this club is run. But as I've got older, I've realised this club needs to change a lot, and it's a lot more than just what's out on the pitch.
I know, mate. I know. Who's the worst player for you today, Oliver? Before I let you go, because so many people want to come on.
Do I need to pick one?
Fair enough. Right. As a collective, they was all bad. Right, Oliver, yeah. I'm gonna let you go, mate. Right. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do for the first time ever on E20 Domes. I'm gonna get everyone on together. So right. Bosh, and Bosh. Right. I'm gonna go for it one at a time. Tone. Talk to me, mate.
Mate, I'm a fucking work on that, and also when I get in the car, the first thing I'm hearing on that is Souček getting sent off. Then I'm seeing the fact that from that moment onwards, they then score a goal from that as well, and it sounds like it was a duplicate for the first one that they scored.
Yeah.
And then you're just hearing, like, I think it was a space of 90 minutes self-destruction. This is put all over it. I said to you before, mate, it's all right winning one game against Forest and everyone getting excited about it. But we know full well, we saw it last season. He did exactly the same thing there. He excites us all 1 minute and then fucks us off the next couple of games. He goes backwards, sideways, and goes 10 steps back. And we're supposed to put up with that. And then I'm reading the day as well to top it all off at lunchtime. And that will truly piss myself off at work that she's not fucking going anywhere. She is not leaving this club.
Who's that? Brady?
Even better. Brady, yeah. I ain't going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere,
Well, I'll tell you what, Brady, if you're not going to go nowhere, right, and this is coming from fucking me, we'll throw you out the fucking door ourselves. Do you know what I mean? Because there's a lot more of us than there is of fucking you. I'm telling you that now. Right, so Daddy, what are you saying?
Hello there.
Go.
Yeah, the club's useless. The team's useless. I know people were confident going into today. I wasn't. knew the Forest game was a one-off result. These players are useless. If we concede first, it's an automatic loss. We've not won a game from a losing position under this clown. We concede first, it's over. And then Suchek loses his head and does the fuck he was thinking. Yeah, Arsenal. Spurs could have scored 6 or 7 corners. When we play Arsenal, we're about to hold 10 corners from them because every time we concede a corner, it looks like we're gonna concede. Our goalkeeper can't come for crosses. He's pretty much useless. So and JWP could score 4 own goals next week.
See, hold on. So there's wankers out there, yeah? And you know you are, right? I'm not going to fucking lose me rag with these cunts. I mean it, right? There's wankers like that. Who says, disgraceful from Potter was in the game at half-time. The red card killed us. Fuck off! Stop fucking lying, right? Stop this fucking lying mentality of just seeing what you want to see instead of seeing what is actually happening. What happened at half time was we got completely outplayed towards the back end of the first half, right? And then he had to change it. And he didn't.
James, this is the problem though. That red card is gonna be a problem because he's gonna blame it on the red card. We have fans like that guy blaming it on the red card. No, if Suchek hadn't have gotten sent off, we still would have conceded 2 or 3. Because this is what this team does. We concede a goal and then we self-capitulate. Like heads gone, heads down. The players are useless.
I know, mate. I know. Right, James, I'm gonna let you speak, mate, and I'll leave AD till last. Go on, mate.
Right, part of the problem is that in this modern game of football, there don't seem to be any man-to-man marking. Everything's about system, right? Don't get me wrong, the tackle from Suchek was stupid, but we let a goal in after what, a minute, 2 minutes of the second half? The first half was just like side to side, the odd attack. How many attacks do you think we had in that first half? 3, maybe 4?
Yeah, 3, I reckon. Yeah.
Yeah, but so you look, and the guy who you was just telling there, right? Let me just tell you something. If you people ain't ever played football in your life, either in the streets or in the parks and all that, because you've been too busy fucking wanking yourself up on your Xbox, right? Shut your fucking mouth, because you ain't got a clue about what you're talking about. Football, play football with your eyes. Look at what's going on, and you can easily see how fucking shit that we really are. And whose fault is it? It ain't really Graham Potter's, because we were shit before anyway, under fucking Lopetegui. With the last season and a half under Moyes, we were shit. It's all down to the fucking people that are buying the players and that are in control of the club and who won't let go of the club because they're so fucking greedy. Open your eyes. That is what you all need to do. Instead of sitting there going, oh, it's Suchek's fault, he got sent off. You know, let me tell you something. Back in the 70s, 80s and 90s, you used to be able to make tackles like that all day long. It weren't even a card.
But the only thing I'm going to say, though, James, is Suchek should know better, right? But my issue tonight is why didn't Potter change it at half time?
James, why didn't you start with that lineup with fucking James Ward-Prowse and Suchek as 2 holding defenders when they're as slow as fuck, and Tottenham team is full of pace, and you know that it is. So you've got to sit there and look and think.
But I don't look at it like that. Well, I don't look at it like that. I look at it like at half time. Yeah, we got to half time. It wasn't working. Right, fine. It's not working at half time. Right, so you got to change it. He comes out in the second half and he goes with the exact same fucking lineup from the first half, and then they score. Right?
Yeah,
that's a fucking div.
He should have changed it. But also he should have really had the foresight to think at the beginning. You know, you can't have both Ward-Prowse and Suchek, one of the two, not both. In my opinion, anyway.
It's fucking disgusting, mate. AD, what are you saying?
Mate, I thought it was a disgrace, to be honest, mate. I think Potter, for example, got it completely wrong today, in my honest opinion. What I don't understand is we have Paqueta playing as our striker, and we just keep taking long balls. We just keep kicking it long, straight towards Paqueta, and there's no focal point. I thought we were just really really poor today, and it kind of undoes all of the good work that we did last week. For me, for me, the biggest disgrace is going into the season with Fulkrug and Wilson as our strikers. You've got two injury-prone strikers. You have Wilson over there, who, for me, the manager knows that he can't really last 90 minutes, so now he's forced to go and play Paqueta. And for me, it's not good enough. I think Potter got it completely wrong today. And to be honest, a lot of eyes will be seen at Potter today because it was just not good enough. The biggest thing that I look at today is Spurs had all those corners. And by the way, they should have scored from that corner. That was not really a foul on Matheus Fernandes.
I don't know about that, AD. I thought it was a foul on Kyle Walker-Peters myself.
I think it was a foul because the referee called it a foul. If the referee didn't, that would be a goal, in my opinion. But anyways,
we pushed him with two hands, mate. You can't do that. He pushed him over with both hands.
Yeah,
of course
I'm not. Listen, I'm not worried about that. I'm more worried about the self-destruction in the second half, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I mean, the difference is they had all those corners, and then their set-piece coach must have gone in halftime and said, you know what, we're getting all these corners, we're going to get another corner, so next time around, just put it back post. There's a free man, and we get that goal. And that's what they did. They just changed it up, got it back post, and they scored. And they have a set-piece coach. We don't have a set-piece coach, and it just shows the difference. I mean, set pieces are killing us at this moment. And the biggest thing that I look at again is the fact that there's no intensity in our game. It doesn't look like we're closing down players with any sort of aggression, with any sort of tackles. It just seems like we're kind of waiting for things to happen, and magically something's going to happen. It's just really, really disappointing. Really disappointing.
Yeah, I completely agree. Right. Right. I'll tell you what. Let's go through it quickly. All right. First half. Tone, you didn't see the first half, did you?
No, I didn't see much of it. I mean, I just see when the goal that Romero scored, and of course it was disallowed. But you've got to think at that point there, that tells you straight away there's a weakness, and he should have changed it in the second half. I agree on that wholeheartedly. Yeah. For me, I looked at the lineup first of all, and I thought, well, there's no striker starting, so that's alarm bell stringing for me straight away. Doesn't matter if it's Wilson or what, start him off. He proved his point when he came on the Forest game. Start off with him from there, and you can work backwards from that point onwards. Middle of the park and there. Spurs, are they old players? No, they're a fucking young squad. Pound for pound, you match them. Simple as that. You put, Mateus and you bought Sagasta. Put them in there. You match it sound for sound. That's what you got to do.
At West Ham United, you always be shit. Thank you very much for the £2, mate. It goes towards me having a fucking drink because you fucking ruined me night, Sam Shaw. So yeah, thank you very fucking much for that. Carry on, Tom. Go on.
But yeah, mate. I mean, straight away. So the formation, it was wrong in the first place. At the end of the day, and that Suchik I can understand for the aerial kind of battles, but other than that, he should have gone in with the younger players. And that would have been more of a fairer game. But doing what he started off with, like I said, for me, the striker was the alarm.
Mate, I'm going to say this, right? At half time, I was doing the watch along, and I was sitting there. I was going, please make a change at half time, like please, yeah. When you've got to beg for a change and you know it ain't coming, that tells you all you need to know. He comes out second half. We get done by a set piece, which was looking likely that was going to get done. I'm really concerned about Hermansen at the minute. Really am, because if he can't come out and manage corners, then we've got a problem. I'm going to be honest. You'd be better off having Fabianski in goal.
That man's got hands like Jeremy fucking Beadle, isn't he? Let's be honest.
Yeah, but the other thing is why have we got two keepers on the bench?
I don't know, mate.
It was because Wan-Bissaka got a late injury, and that's why.
Yeah, even still, I mean, you've still got outfield players. You put them on, don't you? You already got one keeper.
George Murphy could have gone on the bench. Listen, you got to be honest, right? Graham Potter ain't got no bollocks. He's got no bollocks. He's a safety first manager, which is why we always keep getting fucking done. Because all we do is defend these traffic cones. We play traffic cones. We'll stand in front of you. That's what we've been doing since fucking Moyes coming. The only reason we got away with it under Moyes is because he had a stroke of luck getting Jesse Lingard, who could get the ball on the halfway line. And if you noticed, Lingard, he could run, stop, then start running again. That was his magic ability, what he could do, and he got everyone up the fucking pitch. Other than that, we've been a safety first managers. The only one we never had was Bilic, and Bilic only got lucky because he had Payet and Lanzini in the same team, and we looked really good. Like when you got two lock pickers. At the moment, we ain't got Paqueta, and he stuck Paqueta up front.
Yeah,
It's
listen,
like,
I don't understand that. The only thing I'm going to say is that the self-destruction in the second half is a worrying sign for us because it seems like every time we go a goal down, we fall apart. Like, that's it.
I think,
Like,
I think
do you know
for
what
me,
I
the
mean?
biggest positive coming out of this game is the fact that Thomas Socha got a red card, so we don't have to see him for the next 3 games. That's one of the biggest positives because for me, him and James Ward-Prowse are just not good enough. Not good enough at all to be playing. I have no clue how James Ward-Prowse plays over Freddie Potts, for instance. If Freddie Potts goes out there and makes mistakes, we all can hold our hands up and say, hey, that's a youth player. That's one of our own. It's okay. At least he took a gamble. But playing James Ward-Prowse, and we know he offers us nothing. He doesn't even offer us anything in set pieces anymore. So what's the point of playing him? It's baffling to me.
It's because Potter is a numbers man, and he's a percentage man. And James Ward-Prowse is a percentage player. Simple, easy passes that you don't give the ball away. They don't progress you up the field. They just keep the ball within your team, but like defenders
Freddie
under
Potts can do
pressure.
the same thing.
The goalkeeper.
And at a better level. Freddie Potts can do the same thing and at a better play. He can do it much better
Yeah,
than
I agree. I agree totally. I'm just saying.
The only thing I'm
numbers.
going to say on this, is that that's the second time I've done a watch along this year, and on the 60th minute mark, or I think it was the 70th minute mark. Sorry, we're at the game, and I'm just going. What it is, I'm just going through the motions. I've done it against Chelsea. I watched that game, and we was destroyed in that one. Today, the same thing happened again. Right, we go 1-0 down. I don't know what Thomas Souček's thinking. I really don't. I really.
Thomas Souček's one was a reactive one. He really didn't think. He lost the ball, and so in his instinct, he tried to get it back, and that was rubbish from him.
The only problem with that AB is he was showing all 6. So, like, when you do that, you know instantly referees are going to send off. Like, the game is played by a load of poops these days. Like, in all honesty, there ain't no tackling. Back in the day, you used to be able to do big fucking sliding tackles on people. Nowadays, you only got to touch them and they're fucking rolling around on the floor like someone's giving them a right-hander with a knuckle duster.
I know, mate. I know. It is bad.
He knew he was off immediately. As soon as he tackled, he knew he was off. That's it. He knew he was off. For me, it's very simple. If what I want to see next week against Crystal Palace is some bollocks, playing players who, for me, deserve to be played. For example,
another one. Listen, keep donating to me, baby. Do you know what I mean? I've had hold that. Are you shit? Oh, thank you very much, mate.
You can abuse him as much as you like as long as you pay for it.
I want to say something about Spurs. Spurs weren't good at all today. Spurs were actually horrible today. Their whole tactic today was just take it down the line and just try and get a corner every single time. That was their tactic. They saw that we're weak at corners, and all they kept doing was just taking it down the line, getting corners. They didn't play through us. They didn't really do much. Really,
you're right, AB, but don't you think Potter should have done something to stop them? Because that's all they did was hit their flanks. They saw we'd overpack the midfield, so they hit the flanks. And they hit the flanks and boom, everything, crotches, corners, all the time. And, let's be honest, they scored 3. They probably should have had 5 or 6, in all honesty.
I thought what they done against us today was they just done the job. Spurs, like, listen,
who's your worst player, James?
Fucking all of them, mate. All of them. No, I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you what. For me, it's Ward-Prowse.
I'll tell you what.
I just think Ward-Prowse is an overrated free kick and corner taker. And other than that, he don't do shit. I don't know why.
I thought Mavropanos in the first half was excellent. I really did.
No, he wasn't good.
Yeah, but the rest of them, right? But then, listen, Somerville, right? You're playing the ball to feet. He needs the ball over the top. He needs the ball to be so he can spin around and go down the line. Bowen needs the ball to feet, right? And he can run at people, right? The ball was coming too long. It was taking too long to get to him, right? The amount of times and mate, I felt like fucking smashing this house up, right? The amount of fucking times Ward-Prowse will get the ball and then pass it backwards, right? And I was
Yeah.
looking at it and I was thinking, what the fuck is going on?
Our home midfield play is absolutely awful. Absolutely awful. When you have Suchek and James Ward-Prowse playing that deep, you're
Yeah.
not going to progress the ball. It's just as simple as that. And what I
No.
don't understand about Potter is you got to force things to happen. So you press them high, you try and beat them in the battles, but we just wait for them. We're just waiting for Spurs to come at us. Nothing's going to happen in that case. It's really, really, really poor.
All they done today, right? Before, I'm gonna let James go because I've got someone else who's going to come on in a minute. Yeah.
Go on,
What they done
you get ready.
what they done today, yeah, Spurs, is they was persistent. They knew the corners were working, so it was just a matter of time. And then eventually one come through for him and helped him out. Do you know what I mean? James, any final words from you, mate, before I let you go?
Yeah, I just want to say, get fucking Sullivan and Brady out of this fucking club. They are the poison. They are the poison that fucking is killing this club and killing every West Ham supporter and turning them against each other. Other than that, great show. Peace out, guys. Good luck.
No worries, James. Take care, mate. Right, that's been James. Tone, anything else you want to add on to what's been said?
I think this. I mean, when you look at all some valid comments there, and I mean, there's some great comments coming in on the chat as well, watching it on the other screen. But the worst thing about it is, I mean, you said like Spurs did a job. You think about the other teams that work on set pieces, and the classic one is going to be the other North London club, and that's going to be fucking Arsenal. They are going to have a field day when it comes to things like this, you know. And other teams are just going to take note of this and think themselves, we're easy targets now. And that's going to be the sad part about it as well. They are going to exploit us and basically royally do us over. And this manager, at the end of the day, look, he's supposed to be this. So, you know, all this, what he did. But if we look through the cracks of it all, and that, you know, Brighton was obviously the model where he did okay, but did he? Because each time they replaced a manager, they brought someone else better.
Are you? Let me ask you a question. Are you Potter out?
Yes, mate. He's not the man. You know, it seems to be. Sorry to interrupt you, mate. I mean, let me just get this off my chest because it's fucking, you know.
Yeah.
As being a manager myself and that, if you know things ain't going wrong and that, you've got to hold your hand up and say, I've already fucked up. Not the case of blaming it out to the players. He's got to, you know, he's got to look at himself and think himself, like I said to you, we was all surprised last week when he put that format, or sorry, before the break, he put that team out.
Right.
And it was very much pound to pound. And then also that last 6 minutes and that, we suddenly shone out of our backsides and we got three goals and everyone was surprised by it. But let's be real. At the end of the day, and that, Force was going through a fucking bit of a turmoil. You got the chairman and Nuno. So we took advantage of that. But now that's out of the way with, and that we're now he's not the right man. He's not taking us forward.
Do you know what? It's very hard for me to keep saying about sacking managers, but on this one, I've got to agree with you, mate. I don't think he's the right guy.
Well, let's sum it up as well, mate. So, you know, sorry, I mean, I usually do this to you, mate, but back in 6 wins in 21 games. A worse percentage record than Everham Grant. Who thought? Who knew that someone actually could go lower than what that man did?
Fucking Sullivan, though, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Mate, I
just feel like I just feel a bit heartbroken deep down a little bit that we're just going nowhere. That's the problem. We're just going nowhere. We've got a manager in charge who works it on a data analysis, and it ain't working. Right, we need someone in there who is going to get these players up for it. Like today, someone said in the comments earlier, and shout out to that man, whoever it was. They turned around and said that there wasn't. We didn't really lay a glove on them, but there was no sliding tackles other than the one that Sucha gets sent off for. I can't even remember how many yellow cards there was in the game. Right, it's a London derby, and West Ham are not really getting into him at all. Right, no one really stuck anything on Kudus. Right, and then in the end, he's really trying his hardest to score, and he still couldn't score the prick. Right. But it just felt like to me today that we was there and we was just waiting for Tottenham to score. And when that goal went in, the floodgates opened and that was it. Royally fucked. Just royally, like they just went straight through us again and again and again. And what you're saying about the set pieces, I make you right. Madsen Manson, is this the right move? Right now, is he the right man to have in between the sticks when set pieces are coming in, or do we need to give him a bit of time? Right, take him out the firing line, and I'm going to say I have to go back to Ariola. Do you know what I mean? Or Fabianski.
Well, I mean, put it this way: Fabianski, we know we get there. You know your standard stock with that one. With Ariola and that, yes, okay, he did poor in the friendlies and stuff. But when you think about it, mate, the first opening game of the season, we just signed this keeper and that, we sling him straight in for the opening game. I mean, you don't even know. What's he played? One friendly for Leicester.
Yeah,
and he didn't do well in that. And yet we throw him in at the firing line, opening game of the season. That, and also then we think in 2 games, 11 shots, and also 8 on target. Mate, I tell you,
it is bad, mate.
It is, as you said, mate. It's soul destroying because we're seeing our club fucking royally going down the shitter.
Yeah,
pure and simple.
I completely agree. Drano, welcome, mate. What do you want to say?
It's a bit embarrassing, really, isn't it? You've got defenders there. Why on earth have we got centre backs not marking players at corners? Why are they the ones attacking the ball?
I completely agree with you on this. Right, I really do. Because I noticed in the first half, I don't know why Carl Walker-Peters is on Romero, I think it was, and who was the other one? Fernandez was on Van der Ven. I couldn't work that one out. Like, I don't know.
How do you set up like that? You watch any other team in that Premier League, your centre backs are the ones that mark the biggest players. Yeah, is that the way? You know,
that should be. Yeah.
So why on earth?
Man for man, size for size. It's an old training thing you say. Man for man, size for size.
Yeah. So and we're marking fresh air. Our centre backs are marking fresh air, and we've got players that, well, they're so overpowered. You're not even getting off the floor. I mean, who is the defensive coach? Do we know that, or is it Bruno? Is he the defensive coach?
I got no. It must be. It must be Bruno because he was a defender, wasn't he? Well, he wasn't a great defender, but he was a defender. But I don't know. Like I'm going to try and go through this like stages at the minute, right? Because I thought at half time I was quite happy. I was sitting there. I was going. I wasn't happy with that first half, the back end of that first half performance, but I was happy to get in at half time 0-0. Why he's come out in the second half with the same team? That's where he's lost me today. He's completely lost me because if I can see it ain't working. Many others can see it ain't working. Why do you pick yourself up and come straight out? Like what? I just don't get it.
What has he seen in that first half? I mean, we sat there. How many corners there in the first half? It must have been a good 10, mustn't it?
10 corners, yeah. First half.
And you can only jump on ice so many times before it cracks, can't you?
Yeah.
So, eventually something's going to happen that we're not going to be happy with. We showed nothing going forward. No. I mean, we've played a false 9. But would it not be better to have someone with a bit of pace sat on that halfway line for a release ball?
Yeah, but I don't understand. I looked at it today and I looked at that lineup. I thought, it is what it is, right? I was more happy that he went 4-3-3, right? That's what I was more happy with, right? But can you explain that, Tone? Why he went with a false 9?
Mate, it baffled me. I think it's just the fact that he was probably thinking damage limitation, bring on Wilson a bit later because we know we've got to kind of manage him, because of his age and whatnot. But like I said earlier, start him off. At least he'll try and do something. He'll thrive to get the ball and he'll have a shot at least. But not starting with him and as Drano was saying, they're going with a false 9. That not against a team like that. As simple as that. And Drano, just looking at it, currently we do not have a dedicated set piece coach, defensive coach.
Is that true?
Yep. We do not have currently a specialist set piece coach on the men's first half staff, making them one of the few Premier League clubs without one.
That is fucking disgusting. So we've not got. So we're trying to play a defensive style, really, in a back 3, back 5, whatever you want to make it, but we haven't got a defensive coach. That is fucking ridiculous, mate. It's club, mate. I don't even know what to say, mate. The only thing I can say is they were ruthless in their approach after it. Right, listen, what do you make of Thomas Souček, Drano, with that challenge? Because it's brain dead, isn't it?
We've all done it, haven't we? We've all done it. We've all wanted to just get that little bit of stretch in there and clear that ball. It was bouncing. In that sort of game, I don't think you can do it.
Yeah.
But in the same first half, why isn't Van der Ven, pulled up for a punch or a slap in the face for Fernandes from a corner?
I don't understand that one
they
either.
Looked at it,
yeah.
even, it was a weak one, but it happened. All right. There was two players, for the goal that got disallowed. It was one in front, one behind. One was dragging him down and one was pushing him from behind. But yet, it got given for the two hands behind. There were too many cameras on now to try and get away with silly, Thomas Souček, he's not fast. He's not as fast as he was. So, maybe 3 seasons ago, he'd have probably just about made that tackle. But he's not got the legs in him.
Yeah, I know, mate. I know. I'm just disgusted with Potter to a point, right? And it's hard for me because I'm pretty loyal to managers, right? But when they start doing stupid fucking things like he did today, it just makes no sense. Like
it's just the frustration, James. The frustration of we're all sitting there and we're going, why have you got Ward-Prowse and Souček? What is he seeing in training that we're not seeing on that pitch? Because the frustration of us saying he's not quick enough is, Souček, all right, he was clearing from defensive, he was clearing defensively, but what are we not seeing that they are?
Joe, do you know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing a relegated, threatened side. That's exactly what I'm seeing, and I'm worried. Like today, right, Spurs. I don't really think Spurs got out of second gear. A bit like it, and this reminded me so much of the Chelsea game. When Chelsea went in front, that was it. The moment that team went in front, there was no way about us coming back. And I don't think Spurs done a lot today to win the game. If I'm being honest, other than score.
We don't seem to have like, if this happens, do this. If this happens, do that. It's just we're playing this way, and that's it. There is no second guessing another. Like Thomas Frank, he had our number from the beginning. He knew what he was doing. He knew as soon as the earth was going forward, he knew there was space to be had. And he knew he would overrun us in midfield. There'd be space all over the place. And as soon as that first goal went in, it opened up. There was no one that was chasing the ball down. Even at 3-0 down, no one was bothered. You used to have a bit of pride in the shirt. You used to have players that would go out and chase their, But now I don't see it. I mean, all right, Bowen chases, but he can't do it on his own.
I think today, though, Drano, they was never in the game. Both of them, but Bowen and Somerville are two players that want. But when you get the ball, you need to play it into space for them to attack the space.
That's not their fault. That's not their fault. It's whoever's playing behind them.
I know, and that's the problem, right?
You know what runs they're going to make. I know what runs they're going to make. So why don't their teammates know what runs they're going to make? Why have they not practiced this?
I've got no fucking idea. I've got to laugh at it because all the anger's gone from me. Like for me, it starts at the top and it's working its way down. If I'm being honest.
Not being funny, Drano, when I watched that corner near the end and that, I think the camera panned onto Kilman's face and his body language just told you there and then, what the fuck am I here for?
Mate, do you know what? I'd sooner have a fella off the pitch down the road. I'd go out tomorrow and I'll pick someone that's got more fight in them who's paid, I don't know, 40 quid on a YTS. Do you know what I mean? Because none of them want to go out and hit that ball.
No.
I say it's you mentioned about passion and pride. The one word you've missed out there, and that which we don't see much of these days, and that is loyalty. Because we know these players, unfortunately, now our players back of old definitely played for the badge. Now Another club comes in calling and that, they're gone before you know it.
Yeah, but do you know what it is though, Tone? Right, I'm going to say this. Everyone should be really angry tonight. Really angry, right? Not only with the performance that they put in, and they've actually been slapped up at home by Spurs. Yeah, they should also. Everyone should be raging. But I'm going to be honest. I don't think many people are going to have that anger in them.
I
Deep
don't
down.
think we have. I think it's out of us now.
Yeah, and the
Because we
thing
used
is,
to.
yeah, because that is what it
Yeah.
is, right? Because what
Yeah.
it is you can only be angry for so long. Like, if this would have been me last season and West Ham would have got hammered like this, I would have come on here and I would have fucking exploded. I just haven't got it in me anymore just to keep saying the same shit over and over again. I know Mark's saying he's raging in the chat, but yeah, but I'm raging with a sense of that nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to change. Like, do you know what I mean? Until we get this fucking owner out.
Nothing surprises me anymore because the frustration is what eats away at me all the time. You're saying, James Ward-Prowse shouldn't be there. I don't think he's quick enough. Souček for headers, if we're struggling defensively, is someone that can get their head on the ball. But
yeah,
why does James Ward-Prowse start every game? What has he got?
Put favours in. Put favours in. That's it.
What has he got that we're not seeing? What is in that training that we're not seeing?
Because I feel what he does, he probably smashes in free kicks in left, right, and centre in training, and he thinks that there's going to be some point in the game he'll do it. But we all know that it's out of him.
But obviously, his tea-towel goes during a game, then, doesn't it? Because
of course it does. Yeah, absolutely.
So, it's. I mean, you've got youth team there, right? You've got youth team now that we were 3-0 down. Bring Potts on. Bring whoever you've got in that youth team on. Let them have a run round. Let them.
You know who he brings on? Fucking Andy Irving.
Yeah,
he brings Andy fucking Irving on, the meme, right? And then there's Pop sitting there. Honestly, do you know what I mean? I'm not really one, right, to sort of chant getting managers out, but on this one, I don't think I've got a fucking lot of choice. I just don't feel that this geezer is going to take us anywhere other than backwards fast. Do you know what I mean? We need someone in there who's going to shake this team up, right? The problem is, in my opinion, is it starts at the top. It starts at the top, and what is happening right now? What I feel is that we've got an owner in charge who's going to sit on his hands. This is going to be like 2011 all over again. 2010-2011 season when we went down with Avram Grant. Sullivan, the fucker, had a choice to make, and the choice was get rid of Grant, bring in Martin O'Neill. He refused to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I think he could be in a situation right now where he could get rid of Potter, fucking Potts, yeah, and get rid of Potter, and he could change it right now if he wanted to. He could because it ain't working. It's just not working.
Do you think he learns by his mistake, or do you think he still goes down the same track?
My fear is, and this is my biggest fear of all, is that this break clause is going to come back to haunt us. Because this break clause is in the contract, and someone's going to look at it and go, "Well, why am I going to get rid of him when I can get rid of him at the end of the year?" That's where I'm shit scared worried, mate. One win, and I agree with what Tony said earlier about obviously not in a Forest game. I was buzzing after that game, but nevertheless, in that game, up to when we scored, we was good defensively, but we had nothing about us going forward. And next week we got Crystal Palace at home, right? You got the protests and all, right? This is good. This is brewing up to escalate to a level where I've never seen it before, and I've said this for fucking ages, and I wish I would get a bit more respect from people, right? Because I don't. I've always said if we don't sort this out right
it was
now,
only like the last 10 minutes of that game.
Yeah,
no, wasn't it?
Yeah, but the problem is if we don't sort this out right now, in this situation, well, we're going down. But it's as simple as that. We're going down. Like, so Sullivan's either got to fuck off, which ain't going to happen, or he's got to get rid of Potter. Like, I can't see either of them happening anytime soon, if I'm being honest. So,
I mean, you asked about the state of the club, how we are kind of thing and that. I mean, give it a couple of years now, when Manchester United build that fucking circus tent, that's where we need to go there, swap grounds. because that's where we're fucking like a circus act at the moment. It is absolutely shocking.
It is bad,
It
mate.
is absolutely
Honestly,
shocking.
I am worried. Like I'm worried beyond belief. And for me, like this is only going to get worse until something happens, right? And I've seen the club like speaking to advisory boards and all that, and I see something about they're doing it. Was it an NDA, non-disclosure agreement? I think it is, or something like that. Anyway, I just don't know, mate. I don't know I don't know what the fucking answers are anymore. I really don't. Drano, any final words from you before I let you go, mate? Any final words, Drano? I think he's cut out. Oh, he's cut out on this. I'll bring him back. I tell you what, I'll kick him and then he come back. I think he's thinking. Do you know what I mean? Any final words from you, Tone?
I mean, I'll go back to what you said earlier, mate. Yes, we want to be angry, but it gets to the point where if you get too angry and that, all you're going to do is piss yourself off, because at the moment, this is not changing. No matter what we're going to do, moan and groan. If anything else than that, you're probably more seeing the funnier side of it, but all for the wrong reasons.
Do you know what? You're absolutely spot on with what you just said there, because that is exactly how I feel at the minute. I'm just laughing at it now because I've got no more anger left in me. I can't keep losing me rag. Yeah. And today, this was the game that I feared the most. Right, I've said it for weeks. I said the Spurs game is the one. If we get rolled in that game, this could be a monumental fucking collapse of West Ham. Right, we've got a manager or head coach in charge who basically isn't fit for purpose at the minute. That's the problem. Potter is not fit for purpose, and really we've got I just don't know. I don't know which way we're going to go. That's the problem. Drano, before you cut out, any final words from you before I let you go, mate? If you're there, Drano. He's cut out again. His internet is like, he's cut out again. Right. Listen, Drano, you've been great, son. Right, I don't know what's going on with his internet. Fucking hell, it must be something in the air. Right, any final words from you, Tone? Right, no, I'll leave it at that. So if no one else come on.
I mean, the worst part about it is you'd like to think that the next couple of games we're going to see some improvement, but at the moment we are stuck in a mire, and more than anything else than that, we're sinking. We are sinking, and with what we've got at the moment, with this bloke's tactics and his methods, we're not getting out of it. We'll go back to that same old thing, mate. We're going to play one particular game. Yeah, get a great result. Everyone will get excited. But like I said to you last time, it comes to the next game. Can we get a back-to-back win? And when was the last time we really did that?
I'll tell you the last time we won back-to-back games was under Potter. It was Arsenal. And it was Leicester.
Yeah.
Both of them together.
But you got, one or two is you got to do it. You got to be consistent in doing that, because that's the only way we're going to get more confident. But this bloke's got to realise he's seriously got to sit down and think to himself, am I doing things right here? Because if we've just kind of worked out, going by what I just said there, and that there's no bloody set piece coach, then that is fucking worrying straight away there and then. Because if we are not doing that, and it proved the point, because when you think about, Drano said it earlier on, I think we've said it before in my shows, your shows, considering some of them players we've got in the back, they can't jump for shit.
Nah. I'm going to be honest, right? This club's a fucking mess. It's a mess, and I've never been more scared about relegation, right? Ever. This season I am, because I think we're relying on too many people, and we're relying on too many outcomes other than West Ham, when we should be looking at ourselves, and that's what the problem is, if I'm being honest. So It is.
Completely
People
right.
say, I see what Mark's saying in the chat there, say bring Jose. Does Jose really fancy it at West Ham? Is Sullivan going to have someone who's going to overpower him? Because listen, I'll just say this, and I don't want to piss on anyone's fucking parade, but you go and get rid of Potter, fine, yeah. I don't think Sullivan goes and gets Jose Mourinho, right? Because once Jose comes in, Jose's a big name, yeah, and he's going to have the fan base all with him and against the owner. It's a problem. And next week we've got Palace, who we don't ever beat at home. That's
No.
that's one game we just don't ever beat. And you got protests there. I don't wanna get sort of like I've cried tears for this club. I love this club, but today I think I've just had enough. Deep down, Tone. I'm being truthfully honest.
I mean, the final thing I will say, mate, and this is obviously respect to yourself and that, because you have stuck to your gunnels for the last couple of seasons that I've known you when we first got together on this thing.
Yeah,
And you have stuck to your guns, and it's only now that people are starting to realise the things you said over a year ago.
mate. I'm terrified, Tone. You want me to be real, right? Because I'm fucking. The eyes are starting to go a bit. I am so terrified that this club's going to fall apart, and I've seen it. I'm pleading with people, and people don't believe me because it's just James. He wears a fucking hat. He hasn't got an opinion. But I'm telling you, right? If we don't sort this cunt out upstairs, right, we won't have a club left. Yeah, and I see all the empty seats today. This is not what we signed up for. I'm sickened. I'm sickened with it. Yeah, but it's not. This is not about me saying I told people so. It's not, right? Because I'm fucking one of yous. But what it is, right? I've been monitoring Sullivan for 10 fucking years. I've got 10 years worth on this cunt, right? I know how he works. I know the blags. What hurts me more, and this does hurt me, right, is the amount of propaganda that is happening in the West Ham community. These people should be fucking ashamed of themselves. They should, because like this propaganda, whether it's Claret and Hugh, whether it's fucking X, whoever it is, right? Whoever's promoting propaganda and sort of trying to pump stuff out just to appease the fans, they need to fuck off. They do, and I am terrified, right? I really am terrified. This club goes down, and people think, "Oh, if we go down here, fuck off." He ain't fucking going, mate. Right, we're gonna have to throw him out the fucking door, Sullivan. Right, and this is a start. I want to bring Adam in. Do you need to go, Tony, or are you want to stay?
I'll stay, mate. I'm still hanging. Yeah.
Right, Adam, go on, mate.
Hello, lads. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm good, mate.
Okay.
Go on, man. Take it away.
I'll tell you what. That was. I mean, I've had time to calm down now. That was like torture. That really was. It's just back to being shit now, isn't it? It really is. You know, we got one lucky win with Potter's job. Let's be honest, probably on the line there.
Yeah.
It just annoys me. He just gets the subs wrong every single time. Why is Ward-Prowse? Why is he still there? He was on for 90. Just by the way, just for clarification, I only said it because I looked through notifications. I stopped the match at 85 minutes and turned it off. That was me done. But I heard Ward-Prowse didn't come off until after 90 minutes. I mean, really? Like, seriously? Why are we still doing this?
Well, I've done 95 minutes of it, so there you go. It's what it is. So, go on, carry on though, Adam. Go on, mate.
Oh, you poor soul, bro.
Mate, it's fucking. I tell you what, there's nothing harder, and Tone will know this. There's nothing harder than watching a watch along when you know the game's dead after about 60 minutes. Like, it's like that is pain beyond belief. Listen, I'd rather concede a late winner. Right, because then at least you're in the game, and then you get the enthusiasm from the game. After 65 minutes, the game was dead. Do you know what I mean? So
I mean, the most annoying thing is that the fact that I don't even think Spurs didn't have to play at their best at all. I don't even think Spurs were that. I don't even think Spurs were that great. I've got to be honest. I didn't even think Spurs were that great. But what does that say about us? What does that say about us, though? And we'll call a spade, but. It's just this whole Souček and Ward-Prowse thing. It's got to go. And Souček, and people, say what you want. I've just not been. I've never really been Souček's biggest fan. I'm not gonna lie. The fact that he's definitely not going to be picked for the starting 11, I actually can't wait to see someone different. I know that sounds mean, but him getting a red, like, I just want to see that midfield change. I don't want to see Souček. I don't want to see Ward-Prowse. You got Magassa in.
Yeah.
I mean, and this is what we said about the striker as well. We knew something was going to happen with this. We knew something's going to happen because it's always our luck. A striker gets injured during an international break or somewhere in the season early on, and then we're stuck with very limited options. Callum Wilson, what can he only do 20 minutes? Is that what he can only do then? So we have to stick Paqueta as a false nine.
Yeah, but that must be the answer. Like people are saying about Potter, and I can understand it, but that must be the answer to the riddle. That Wilson can't do 90 minutes, and I've always said that is, can this geezer do 90 minutes? And people going to me, oh, James, he's going to cook. He's going to cook this year, and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, like fucking cook. Like, we need to come on the pitch for 90 minutes. He can't even get on the pitch for 20. Do you know what I mean? Fucking cooking. Like, fucking hell, like ready, steady fucking cook, innit? Fucking hell. I'm saying, I've got to laugh at it because it's just like, right, I'm just, every time I'm hearing this shit on social media, Tone, right, and it's like all these wankers go, yeah, he's gonna cook, he's gonna get 20 goals, but then I'm a prick because I said Falker would get fucking 15 goals this year, so fucking hell. So I'm a wanker and all. So you know what I mean? Like, wankers are us. It is what it is.
Hey, Adam, I'll ask you a question. And James has already said it before. And that, I mean, I don't know if you've seen some of the comments. A lot of people are saying, like, the red card was the thing that changed the game for us. Do you believe that was the case?
Partially. I think, I won't lie, it did have a partial impact on it. And I would say, he should never have his studs up that high. And he knew he was going to catch him late.
Yeah.
But it's not just that as well, though. I think it's first off, I'm glad it was a back four. I'm really happy with that. So if I'm trying to take any sort of positives away from the game, I know I'm like literally like grabbing at anything, to be honest.
A back four. Hold on. Right, it's a back four now, but we've held 11 goals in 4 games.
But the thing is that, I'm just trying to think of like the first 2 games of the season with like the back 3-5 or something. And I'm only literally basing it off Forest. That's all I'm doing. It's like I'm taking that back 4. I'm thinking, okay, here we go. Maybe, because I didn't want to see him return to that tactic. But Ward-Prowse and Souček, I just think we get the subs wrong as well. Like, why are you bringing Andy Irving on that late? Why has Ward-Prowse got 90 minutes? I don't get his substitutions. I just don't understand it. You should have changed it at half time. That's what I would have done.
Do you know what? Right, Andy Irving's getting more minutes, right? And he's a fucking meme. Right, he was on the way to Wrexham for fuck's sake, yeah. Right, and because Wrexham wouldn't pay his wages of what he deemed was necessary, yeah, he gets on more than Potts. That's fucking bad, mate. Honestly,
that's embarrassing.
That is
really
bad.
Embarrassing.
Right, Adam, I'm going to ask you a question. Right, would you sack Potter now?
Yeah. No, I don't see. Right, I've just looked at one of the comments earlier as well.
Right,
we haven't won at home since February.
Yeah, Our last game at home was a win. If I've got it right, it was Leicester.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've not won at home since then. He's got like, what's it, 6 wins in like 24 something?
22, I think it is, 6 and 22.
Jesus Christ. I mean, I don't know how you could look at those results and go, yeah, we'll keep him. If I could see some sort of vision or some sort of performance that makes me go, oh, do you know, because even I'll admit, I don't like to get managers sacked right away, but if I see performance on the pitch sometimes and I say, do you know what, we might have lost, but at least we put up a fight, I could see some sort of hope there. It was miserable. I don't see that, and thing is, and this is the annoying thing now, I've seen people going back and forth online saying, oh, I think we should go get him or get him. Oh, should we get Nuno? But I don't like his style of play. Oh, shall I get Mourinho in? But is he going to make things, it's just now we're already debating, and Nuno especially, because I know a lot of us were sort of saying when he left Forest and now Andrew's taken over there.
Yeah.
3-0 spanking, by the way. It's what are we gonna, now we're in this whole, it's going back to this whole, it's going to be another David Moyes situation, isn't it? With Nuno,
tell
if
you-
we get him.
I'll
Oh,
tell
I
you
don't
what
like
it
his
is.
style of football, but if we get results, it's just
Yeah.
going to be another one of those fucking conversations.
I'll tell you what it is. What the problem is, and I said it earlier on, is that is Sullivan going to be in a situation where he doesn't know what to do for the best? Because what he was in this situation with Avram Grant years ago, right? And he had to make a decision. I'll never forget the game. We was at home against Arsenal. We got hammered. It was in January. It was fucking snowing, and I was there. And basically, it was odds on that he was getting the sack. And then something come out. I think it was like it got leaked to the press that Martin O'Neill was going to be coming in to replace him. And basically, Sullivan sat on his hand and said, "Nope, I ain't sacking him." And that prick relegated us. I've got the issue I've got is this break clause. If this break clause wasn't there, yeah, Sullivan sacks him. I think Sullivan would sack him. I think with the break clause there right now, he's going to look at it and go, if this geezer finishes 17th time, like, then I can sack him at the end of the year. He looks at the money side of it rather than the logic. Do you know what I mean? Because he's not a normal thinking geezer at the end of the day.
Wasn't it an 18-month contract as well? Am I just going mad with that Potter's contract? It wasn't long.
No, it was 2.5 years. But what it was after the first year, the break clause comes into play. So,
right.
It is what it is. Right, Adam, any final words from you before I let you go, mate?
Yes. Quickly, I'm glad the teams around the bottom sort of lost today. That's the only thing that's positive, and that's sad.
Yeah.
It's just miserable. Like Potterball, I'm tired of it now. And look, I don't know about you guys who you would want next personally, but I just honestly, it's just horrendous, mate. The ownership, the past 2 years when we could have capitalized on our win in Europe, and now look at us. Honestly, it's just a fucking mess, mate. It really is.
Yeah. Right, Adam, I'll let you go. Take it easy. Right, I'm going to get Costa in for a few minutes, and then I've got to wrap this up because I've got 12% on my battery. Costa, you got 5 minutes. Go, son.
Oh, fuck's sake, man. I'm fucking fuming, as always. Got the baby to calm me down because I don't know who to rip into first, the owner or the fucking manager who is completely fucking clueless. I mean, what on earth is going on at this club? You've got so many promising young players that he just refuses to play. Magassa, Potts, Marshall, bring them on. Trust the kids. Give the academy a chance. Instead, you've decided to put Fulkrug on the bench when you don't even know if he can stand up. Is he even fit? But you won't even let Callum Marshall have a go, have a try. Like the whole thing with Hermansen coming on from the off with no preseason, having trained 3 to 4 times, but you're too scared to put in Freddie Potts, who's been here since before his balls dropped, and you're scared to bring in Magassa, who's been here 2 to 3 weeks, and is clearly, I don't care, a chair is better than James Ward-Prowse, and that's why Thomas Souček has got a red card today, because he's not quick, he's not agile, and he has to play the role of 2 midfielders. It's just unbelievable. And this is why we protest. Right? This is because the manager has been chosen because he's mates with the chairwoman's fucking husband. and because he was free, and there's no thought process behind it. And if you're a proper football club with proper infrastructure and administration and chair people, you call Nuno and you call Jose and you call them today. And instead, we're going to wait till December, and we're going to hire Sean Dyche before he's even had time to assess the squad and come up with targets in January. Yeah. Thank you. And then we're just going to pick people. We're just going to pick people from the Will Salthouse book in January, because the manager won't even be prepared to make recruitment choices. It reeks of finishing 16th or 17th is what this is. And of course, if you're Lucas Paqueta, you're not going to stop. Why would you stay another season?
Listen.
I'm done. I just had to go on a tangent, mate.
No worries at all, right? Listen, I'm gonna let you go, Costa. I've got 11% battery.
Before he goes though, James, I want to Costa. I want to know where the baby's gone, because everyone's wondering the same thing. One minute she's in your hand. I was going to say, he's like
she's one, so she's doing a lot of standing and all that.
Listen, right? My team's shit. The owners are cunt, but at least Costa can come on and make me fucking laugh, mate. Do you know what I mean? Emotional damage.
You know I got you to smile. I didn't watch the program, so I'm sure you were probably frowning for most of it. So
yeah, it was, mate. Right, Costa, I'll let you go, mate. Take it easy,
right.
Love. That's Costa. Tone, I'm gonna let you go and all, mate. Take it easy, yeah. And all the best to you, mate.
Yourself, mate, and cheer up. Don't forget, the day is still young, they say. But
yeah,
thanks for having me on, mate, and appreciate it as always.
No worries at all. Go and subscribe to Tone's channel, Hammers Football TV. Put it into Google, put it into YouTube. Go and subscribe to him on Hammers Football TV. Right, that's Tone. My final thought is this, and I've got 10% battery to do it because it's been a fucking long old day. Is I think it's time to say goodbye to Graham Potter. I don't think you can handle this, mate. I really don't. And I think you've just embarrassed us to a point. You just embarrassed us in front of everyone. Well, you've embarrassed us against the worst team possible in Spurs. I'm going to give Spurs their due. They come there. They were persistent. They got the goal. We fucking self-destruct, and they just ripped us apart after that. So they was clinical with their play. It wasn't amazing, but they just done the job. And they didn't really get out of second gear, if I'm being truthfully honest. So fair play to them. But for us, Thomas Souček, he let us down today. Fucking let us down massively. I don't know if I see James Ward-Prowse pass another ball backwards. Yeah, I'm gonna be straight. Yeah, he needs a punch on the mouth. Yeah, or just find the fucker. Yeah, because he keeps passing it backwards. I'm gonna give some praise to a couple of players though, who I thought done all right. I thought Malik Diouf started off well, but then faded. I thought Mavropanos was good in the first half, second half, non-existent. And it's just the same with this club. It's just the same. And my biggest fear with this club right now is this is only going to get worse. Right, something needs to give. Either right, you've got to galvanise this fan base up before there is no fucking fan base. So I just don't know what more I can say or do to try and make this change. Do you know what I mean? Right, this owner, right, and I see him there today, sitting there, lapping it up. Do you know what I mean? Right, there's too many people out there, and I'm going to say this. There's too many fucking people out there who are spreading like this propaganda, right, about takeovers and shit like that. Yeah, I'm not buying it, yeah? He ain't fucking going unless we force him out the fucking door. And that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to force him out, right? We're going to have to hit him in the pocket. We're going to have to hit him in the media. Consistent, persistent, and fucking get this fucker out the door, right? That's on the ownership. As for Potter, I can't give him any fucking praise tonight or nothing. Like I can't give him any. For me, right, that's a sackable offence tonight. What he's done, if I'm being honest. At half time, you had to make a change, and you didn't. You just sat on your hands, done fuck all. They scored early. Souček self-destructs, and that's the end of that. Do you know what I mean? This was the game that I said I was shit scared, worried about. Yeah, and it proves me right yet again. Next week we've got Crystal Palace, and we've got a protest coming and all. Right, this is only going to get worse until something gives. Right, if Sullivan goes, this fan base gets up for it straight away. If Potter goes, does that really take out the situation with West Ham? I don't know. But people we will see what happens on that. Anyway, smash a like on the video. I want to thank the people who become members. I want to thank the Spurs fans who come in with a load of abuse and donated a few quid. You tight bastards, you are, Spurs, right? You could have given us a fiver and they only give us £2, but it is what it is, mate. I'll accept it either way. But listen, they done the job on the tonight and they got the win, and we're just fucking pony. Simple as that. Anyway, that's enough from me. Costa's emotional damage. Go and clip him up. That is me done. Take care of yourselves out there. Fucking this club is a nightmare. Peace.